Guys, the market are actually heating up again and everything is pumping. Bitcoin is flying. There was one news yesterday that actually changed the trajectory of the market. There was one news about Donald Trump officially saying that it will be officially retiring Jerome Powell and introducing another Fed chairman. And few minutes to that news release, we saw Bitcoin breaking highs. We saw Bitcoin pump by 5%, going as slow as $86,000, even up to $91,000. It's funny how yesterday we were all bearish on the market, saying once Bitcoin loses this low, that the bull market is over, we are headed down to 90k, 70k. But this news actually changed the trajectory of the price of Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. So the question is, can we actually trust this pump? Because to some persons, this pump is kind of a fake out, and some are actually trying to short this pump that we're having to the downside, but or some people are actually wanting to go long. And the question is, should we trust this pump? This is what we are going to be looking at today in today's video. So before I continue with the analysis, do make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload another crypto price update, you'll be the first to get notified. Now Bitcoin is currently at 92,400 and we are struggling to break an important trend line, daily trend line. And there's something I also want us to look at for. So we are going to be looking at Bitcoin and also the USDT dominance. So let me continue with the charts. Now, first off, we are going to be starting out with the macro picture. As you can see that this is BTC USD on the weekly time frame, and as you can see that we had this perfect touch on this other block we had here, or this support level. So you can see that we went as low as 81,000, and we are likely looking at this scenario as a recovery phase, because we did close last week bullish, and right now we are almost getting to the ending of this week. But if we eventually close with a hammer candlestick pattern formation, then I think we are going to see an actual reversal. So another thing that I'm also looking at is the stochastic RSI. As you can see that we went flat on the stochastic RSI for a while, and right now we are actually looking at a cross where the blue line crosses the orange line, and right now it seems as if we are heading our way towards the upside. And another thing that I'm paying attention, that if we could actually close this week bullish, maybe slightly above this trend we're having here, maybe we close this week bullish at $94,000, we could actually see an impulsive move from next week onward, because this is actually a hammer candlestick. And how do we trade this hammer candlestick? When we see this hammer candlestick at an area of support, it indicates that there might likely be a reversal. As you can see that for the consecutive weeks we have been bullish, we have been sort of bearish, creating lower lows, bearish candlestick momentum, and right now it seems as if we are actually wanting to do a recovery. We just need a good candlestick close, maybe a bullish candlestick close like this hammer pattern formation that is forming, but we don't want to see a close below this low at $80,000. That will indicate that there is another downside potential. If we could see maybe a little bit of candlestick close below 80,000 or slightly below 80,000, that would be that we will also break the support. Then our next target will be looking at this other block right here, $68,000. So we don't want that for Bitcoin. We just want the bullish momentum. The stochastic RSI is already saying, indicating that we are bullish. Then we just need another candlestick confirmation for we ought to know that we are heading to the upside. So let's quickly go down to the daily time frame. Let's do some analysis on the daily time frame. Right now, why some people are anticipating that they are not trusting this pump, because we are still below this trend. And if you look at this trend, we'll be holding this trend for a pretty long time, not like long that much, but we'll be holding this trend to the downside 6th of October, and we are be selling massively to the downside. And right now it seems as if you are looking at a recovery. But why some people aren't trusting this pump, because we are beneath this trend, and we need to see a breakout confirmation before anyone could be bullish. And for me, that is what I'm actually waiting for. As long as we still beneath this trend, we are still bearish. But another thing that I'm looking at for the daily time frame is that right now, the stochastic RSI on the daily is actually overbought right now. So you can see that it's moving flat overbought. But there's another indicator that is making me to have a second mind that we will still be bullish, which is the RSI, which is printing a divergence, a bullish divergence on the daily time. As you can see that we went down and price came down again to mark out an equal low. How do I call out my divergence? I call out my divergence in two ways. When candlestick creates a lower low while RSI creates a higher low, or candlestick creates an equal low while RSI creates a higher low, I still count that as a bullish divergence. And see what you're having now. The RSI indicates a higher low while the candlestick is printing a bullish candle. As you can see that this previously candlestick got engulfed by this candlestick here. As you can see that this day candlestick on the 1st of December was extremely massive, but the previous day, the following day, the candlestick got engulfed, printing another larger candlestick above this candlestick. Right now we are still seeing some bullish momentum, but we just need to a break above this trend line just to confirm that we are actually bullish. As you can see that, how will I also, maybe if we see a break above this trend, the next target will be 105, because there's actually a little bit of resistance at 105, and the next resistance will be 115. Then if we maybe try as much as possible to consolidate a little bit towards the upside, to slowly push toward the upside, we could see maybe a parabolic move towards 125 or $26,000 for Bitcoin. So let's just quickly head over to the lower time frame. Let's quickly see what price is doing on the lower time frame. So I strictly prefer the 1 hour. So you can see that there is also a trend right here on the 1 hour. Let me quickly show you guys. So you can see that this was where we had that news about Donald Trump trying to retire Jerome Powell and introducing another new Fed chairman. So you can see a few minutes to we actually were up by 5%. As you can see that from this level to this level, price was at around here yesterday, which was almost at 5%. Then drawing into this level we have here was around 8% from yesterday to the Bitcoin has went up as high as 8%. And right now I'm currently looking at a little bit of a trend right here in play. If I mark out this trend from this low to this high over here, we can see that we're actually forming a new trend on the 1 hour time frame, and I think that there is a possibility that price might come back down to this level, or maybe we could see a bounce if possibly we are actually looking forward to break to the upside. But we don't want to see a deviation below, because we see that on this level we're actually seeing it as a level of support right here, between $90,000. Actually seen at a level of support, and if price comes down to retest this level and find support around this level, that will actually be an inverse head and shoulder pattern playing out, because this would be the left shoulder, the head, and this would be actually be the second shoulder. And how do you look forward to trade this kind of pattern? May I do trade it on the bounce if I see a kind of a bullish candlestick or an engulfing candlestick having a bullish momentum. I'm looking forward to take long for this level, or although I'm also anticipating for a long around this level, then I'll be looking forward for a break of this trend before I can flip my thesis. But on the 1 hour we are actually bullish, because we did break. I was making mention of these highs over here, which was at $93,000. that before I flip my thesis from bearish to bullish, I need to see a break above this size, and right now we are actually having this break above this size. Maybe we could see a little bit of pullback for us to test this level before we actually go higher. But if we see a deviation below this level, that would indicate that we are actually going over to the downside. Now for me, I'm actually playing a kind of a double whammy. Now for me to be extremely bullish, we need to see a break of this length, a daily candle break, not the kind of that does a fake and then goes back down, have a deviation back down. We need to see a daily candle break above this daily trend here over here. Then I'll be flipping that yes, now we are bullish, and then maybe I'll be even be looking forward to go on a long position, on a swing long position. But the daily is indicating that we're actually bullish. RSI creating a bullish divergence, and right now on support we're actually see a massive candlestick close. But I just need an extra confirmation that we need to break out of this trend before we actually see a pump to the upside. And going over to the trade, this is the trade I'm actually paying attention to on BTC, and this is where we saw a kind of a change of character from this low to this highs. You can see that, you can see the impulsive mode breaking above 91 and even a clear break above $93,000 right now. I'm waiting for a little bit of pullback to this other block right here. My take profit is at this level, and how did I mark out my take profit from this low to this high, and a little bit of a pullback to this zone. If price get to this zone, I'll be going over to the 15-minute for a nice confirmation entry for us to actually go long on this trade. My take profit is just right at the 0.7886 fib extension level, so that is my take profit. So if a price actually plays out like this, I have already set an alert on TradingView to notify me whenever price gets to this level. So let's go head over to the USD dominance. And right now we are seeing that the USD dominance is actually playing just as Bitcoin, and we were once in this uptrend, and right now it's looking as if we are actually wanting to break this uptrend to the downside. And if I zoom out really closely, you will see that we have, this area is not a new area. We have actually tested this level 3 times. This is a triple top pattern rejection. You can see that the first touch was around 3rd of September. We had another touch, another rejection at around 10th of April, and right now we're having another touch at the 3rd of December. And it seems as if we are going to break this trend. Now looking at the stochastic RSI, you can see that just as Bitcoin, at this resistance over here, the candlestick on the USDT dominance is creating an equal highs, while RSI is forming a lower high, which indicates a bearish divergence, just like the inverse on the Bitcoin chart that we're seeing. And if we see a drop on the USDT dominance, that means we're going to see a parabolic move, a fly on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to break highs. We are going to reach over 103k, even breaking above 105k. So that's what I'm actually thinking. We just need a clear break below this trend, maybe a bit of a push towards the downside, breaking above this trend. We might see maybe a little bit of retest just to confirm that we are bearish, creating a lower high. Then we could see the next move to the downside, and that I think will actually be bullish for Bitcoin, because this USD dominance, I see it as an inverse of Bitcoin. Whenever investors are selling out of the market, it means the USD dominance will be pumping, because investors are willing to save on their US dollar. And when you see the USD dominance dropping to the downside, means investors are willing to sell out of their USDT and buy into volatile assets such as Bitcoin and other altcoins. So that's what I'm taking for the USDT dominance. So that is it for this video, guys. I'll be sharing my trade on my free Telegram community. So if you want to join my free Telegram community, the link is in the description of this video. Just as I analyzed on the chart, I'll be waiting for an extra confirmation for me to actually go long, because this type of news most times actually drives the market to the upside. Then we would see a pump, unlike the last news where Bitcoin spiked to the upside. Then an insider actually placed a short position of over $100 million, and you can see the large profit. And that's why I'm actually waiting for an extra confirmation, just slightly a break above the daily trend line. Although I might be anticipating to actually go long on the daily, just to place that swing trade, but on the short term I'm actually bullish on the short term, and I think price might get up to a break above even 93 or go up to even $95,000. So that's what I'm predicting on the short term. But for the long term, for the macro picture, I'm waiting for an extra confirmation. So that is it for this video, guys. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also help the channel just by liking and subscribing. It doesn't take anything from you, guys. It doesn't take money just to click that like and subscribe button. You can also join my free Telegram community where I share free trades, free trading signals. I post weekly chart analysis, and I could post trending crypto updates. So do make sure to follow my free Telegram community. Peace.